Bukayo Saka is already one of Arsenal's greatest ever players. But what if his career started at Tottenham Hotspur? Well, today I'm resetting Saka's entire career, placing him in the Hotspur Way Academy and trying to turn him into a Spurs legend and their greatest of all time. And Saka has arrived in the Tottenham Hotspur Academy, and he is back to being 16 years old out of 65 overall, which was a pretty high rating back in FIFA 19 for him. And well, if Saka wants to become the GOAT of Tottenham Hotspur, he has to get a pro contract, and the only way to do that is by winning the youth tournament. But also, Thomas Frank wants him to get 5 assists total in the youth tournament to gain his pro contract. And Saka kicked out the youth tournament incredible, getting an assist and a goal against Bournemouth as it ended 2-0. And then in the semi against Brighton, not only did he get 1 goal, but he got a second, and then got his second assist of the entire tournament. But now Saka must face the Man United Youth Academy, which has produced some amazing talents, as he still needs to get 3 assists in order to get a pro contract for Tottenham Hotspur.
We are in a youth final against a great youth Man United team. However, I have not been creative enough for Spurs. If I ever want to become a Spurs legend and their greatest ever by winning them the UCL and Premier League, I must be ready and good enough. Let's win the tourney tonight, but more importantly, get those 3 assists.
But to start off, this game was all United as their first shot went wide, but the second opportunity was even closer. And Spurs get lucky as the third shot was saved by the keeper, but the fourth chance sadly went to the back of the net. First keeper, and it goes in. United take a lead, man. But luckily after that goal, Saka had a chance, but it was saved by the keeper. And there was one final chance in the game that Tottenham failed to score, man. But the ref blows the whistle. It's all over. Man United win the tournament. Saka doesn't even get an assist. Is he still gonna get that pro contract? And Thomas Frank welcomed Saka back to his office and said, look, Saka, you were a brilliant talent. You did well, but you didn't win the youth tournament or didn't get the assist. If you would have done at least one, I would have given you a contract. But I'm sorry, I'm going to have to release you. I wish you luck on your journey. And Bukayo Saka is now leaving the club. He's gonna have to work his way back to Tottenham if he ever does, if he ever wants to become a Tottenham Hotspur legend.
Bye-bye, Spurs. I'm so disappointed in myself. This is not over. I will be back. I think this was the right situation. I need to be good enough to win Spurs' first ever UCL and first Prem in a while. Even my boy Kane couldn't do it.
However, there is good news as 3 different clubs have shown interest to sign Saka on a permanent deal. And the first offer is a big one. It's legendary club FC Schalke. This is the formation they currently play. It isn't the best system for Saka, but also it would be outside of England, and a huge club like this would give a young talent like him lots of pressure. And the second offer is also a huge one. It is in Austria with RB Salzburg. They currently don't use any right wingers, let alone right mids, but we do know they do have a brilliant Red Bull system where players like Erling Haaland and Sebastian ended up going to Leipzig. And look at the superstars they became now. And the final offer that's interested in Saka is Cardiff City, who just got relegated to League One. He will be staying in England, and they do have a right mid, which is the best offer for Bukayo Saka. And it seems like Saka has decided to challenge himself as he is joining RB Salzburg. That is the club that he chose. And as he arrives in Austria, throughout his career, he will have rivals that will consistently make him a better player and eventually, hopefully, becoming the greatest Spurs player of all time. As the first thing he needs to do is become the top assister of the league. But I'm not sure who his rival is just yet. If you think Saka will ever win the Ballon d'Or, subscribe and comment down below. But Bukayo Saka has joined the starting 11 as the manager has changed the formation just for him. And it seems out of 65 overall, he will be starting week in and week out. But boys, his first rival is going to be tough as Rapid Vienna has signed Lennon Carr, the youngster from Bayern Munich, on a 2-year loan to try and beat RB Salzburg to the league title for the next 2 seasons. And this is currently what Bukayo Saka is looking like. If he wants to go ahead and get the top assist in the league over Carl, he 100% needs to work on his passing. So we're going to go ahead and give him the wide playmaker role this season. But it's now time for Saka's professional debut against Sturm Graz. Saka's debut kicked off greatly as he created a chance, but sadly it went wide. And then Sturm Graz had a chance to take the lead, but luckily it also went wide as Saka was about to get his first GA. He's through on goal here. What can he do here? Squares it instead into Virgin. Takes a shot and it goes in. Bukayo Saka gets his first career assist as he's trying to get the top playmaker award. However, he did not stop there as he went ahead and got a second assist in the first half. But in the second half, he was searching for his first goal but missed his first opportunity. But of course, he was always gonna do it. He's through on goal. 1v1 the chance for his first ever professional goal finesse, and it goes in. I was afraid he took an extra touch, but regardless, his first ever goal. And man, what a debut for Saka. 2 assists and a goal. Surely he's on his route to get the top assist in the league, beating Lennart Carl.
What a debut. This is how I must be every game. If I want to beat Carl to the top playmaker award, I must maintain this level. If I can do that and win the league, bigger European teams will come to get me, and I will eventually go back to Spurs.
But sadly, at the end of the season, Salzburg just missed out on the league title by 1 point to SK Rapid. But what a season Saka has had. 3 goals only, but 14 assists. Surely that's enough to win the playmaker award over Carl. And now he's looking even better at a 69 overall. Did he go ahead and beat his first rival? And boys, no, how did he miss out by 2 assists? Carl had less appearances as well. It seems like Bukayo Saka was just outclassed. Hopefully next season he'll be able to do it. And to begin season number 2, sadly Bukayo Saka's passing is still only at an 83. But you know what, with his 14 assists last season, I think he's good for now. I do want to go ahead and improve his shooting this season, so we're going to go for the inside forward role. Hopefully this is the year that he beats his first rival. However, Bukayo Saka has already drawn interest from some clubs. With one offer he's gotten this season already is Sheffield United back in the championship. I don't think I'm going to accept this offer, but who knows? And a second championship offer has come in, and it is from Coventry City. And he did get one final offer, and it is from Birmingham, another championship side. It seems clubs all around the world believe he's a championship player. I hope this season he could become a top division player. And we are close to the end of the season as Salzburg finished 5 points ahead in the first stage. But now in the playoffs, they do have a 10-point lead. However, at any moment they can slip up and Rapid Vienna can take over them. So that's exactly why Bukayo Saka has to win this game up next. But also because Lennart Carl is leading them once again, but this time by 2 assists. If he can get a hat-trick of assists in this game, he'll take the lead and hopefully maintain to the end of the season. And this game started off very quickly. To Bukayo Saka, looking for that through ball, gives it into Konate, who's looking for the chance from there, and it goes in! A huge mistake from the keeper. I thought that was gonna be saved, man. Saka gets his first assist of the game. However, up next, the opposition created an opportunity that they just missed. And then Saka created another chance, but sadly, they couldn't put it in the back of the net as Saka gets his first goal. And now Konate gives it back into Saka, cuts right into his right foot. Can he finish this? And he puts it away. It's not an assist, but Bukayo Saka extends the lead here. However, SK Rapid weren't done yet as they created an opportunity that was saved by the keeper. And then they went ahead and brought on Carl to change the game. But luckily, Bukayo Saka created another opportunity that was put in the back of the net to end the game. 2 goals I did not expect to go in. Saka makes it 12 assists now. And boys, it's a 3-0 win. Saka has tied Carl in assists. It's going to go down to the wire at the end of the season. I wonder if he's going to do it this time.
Oh yeah, I got you now, Carl. That playmaking award is mine. This has to be the award that convinces some of the best clubs in Europe to sign me, build my name to return to Spurs.
And yes, Saka and Salzburg have done it. They have won the league title, Saka's first ever trophy, as he was also able to beat Carl in the playmaking award, winning his first and beating his first rival, man. What an incredible season for Saka. But boys, it could get even better. Somehow Salzburg are in the Europa League final, and I'm sure at this point he can track clubs from the Portuguese league and the Eredivisie. But if he wins this, who knows? Maybe a top 5 league club will purchase him next season. But of course, it won't be easy. Ollie Watkins has the most goals in the competition, as he also has 27 goals in all appearances. But Morgan Rogers and Vlahovic have also been incredible this season.
Here we go, a Europa League final. I've been working hard to get Spurs interested. I am not ready for them yet, but if I can win the Europa League, I could be getting offers from top 5 leagues. I must show out tonight and win.
And Saka started off quickly, creating a chance that was somehow not put away, as Aston Villa took a 1-0 lead. And it goes in. Aston Villa take a 1-0 lead 10 minutes in. But the domination continued as Vlahovic put away a penalty, and then Aston Villa got a 3rd goal. Aston Villa are 3-0 up with a man advantage. There's no chance Saka wins this game. But luckily, when it mattered, Saka turned up. Can he get an assist or a goal here to go ahead and try and inspire a comeback? Bukayo Saka finesse from there. It's a beautiful finish. Saka has created something out of nothing. It's 3-1. There's still a chance. Konate gives it into Kitano. Kitano into Konate through ball. Saka 1v1 to finesse it again. It's beautiful. It's 3-2. One more goal and they somehow equalize the game with 1 man down. But unfortunately, Aston Villa had another penalty and Vlahovic did not miss it. 4-2. Saka dragged this team, but couldn't get the victory, man. And it's all over. The ref blows the whistle. Aston Villa lift the Europa League. Saka was the only man playing. Hopefully, some big clubs in top 5 leagues come in for him, man. But regardless, what a season for our boy Saka. 15 goals and 15 assists. Now at a 75 overall. Come on, man. Huge offers have to come in for him in season number 3. And the brand new season has now begun. Saka has outgrown Salzburg. It's time to transfer list them and listen to some offers. And Bukayo Saka has received this first offer, and it is from Villarreal in La Liga. Boys, I think that Europa League performance has really risen his stock. He might be going to the Yellow Submarine. But a second offer has come in, and it is from Borussia Dortmund. Realistically speaking, this is the best offer he can get, because the likes of Jude Bellingham and Jadon Sancho really grew as Englishmen in Germany. And Saka has received one final offer, and it is from Al Hilal. Yeah, there's no chance he's washing up in Saudi Arabia. And of course, it was an easy decision. Bukayo Saka is now joining Borussia Dortmund. Arriving at the Bundesliga, this is perfect for his growth. However, his next challenge is to become the top goal scorer at his club. And boys, let me tell you, he has a huge rival. That is because Borussia Dortmund have also brought in Ethan Nwaneri, a player who also plays on the right but is way higher overall than Bukayo Saka, which means Saka is most likely gonna sit on the bench. And Saka is now here at Dortmund, and of course he's sitting on the bench because look at this lineup. However, there is an opening on that left wing position, and the good news is Bukayo Saka does have a second position as a left winger, but of course we don't want him to sit on the bench, so we're gonna be converting him into a left winger. So Saka is now officially a left winger, but of course he doesn't have any plus rows. He's basically a novice on that left hand side. But of course, if we want him to score goals, he needs more shooting, so we're gonna go again for the inside forward. As of course, we now know his rival is not only Nwaneri, but striker Guirassy. But what a debut Bukayo Saka is going to have in the Franz Beckenbauer Super Cup final against Mainz. Brilliant ball into Bukayo Saka, scores it into Guirassy, and it goes in. In the first 7 minutes, Saka gets his first assist, man. And Dortmund went ahead to dominate this game as Saka got an assist to Guirassy, and then he set up an easy goal for Ethan Nwaneri until finally he got his first goal. Julian Brandt into Bukayo Saka. Can he finally get his first goal shot? And it goes in. Saka gets his first goal in yellow colors as Dortmund got one last goal through Nwaneri. And the referee blows the whistle. Borussia Dortmund lift the Super Cup final. What a debut for Saka. However, he scored the least amount of goals of the front three. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to beat Guirassy and Nwaneri to the top goal scorer this season.
Dortmund was the perfect move. Already won my first trophy. However, beating Nwaneri and Guirassy won't be easy. If I ever want to win 2 titles for Tottenham, I must be able to outscore everyone, including my teammates.
And we have reached the end of the season, and Dortmund finished in a lowly 5th place. There must have been a bunch of injuries, but when it comes to the top goal scorer, Saka finished in 3rd place, man. Guirassy with less games got 18, and Nwaneri also got 18. But don't get me wrong, it's still a great season with 15 goals and 13 assists. Huge improvements as he's now at an 80 overall. He's just getting better and better, but is yet to beat his rivals this season. It's another season, and Saka is a better footballer. His shooting is now at a 75, but he needs to continue to improve that if he wants to beat his teammates. So once again, we're going for the inside forward role. And boys, it does seem that Saka is gonna be the brand new pen taker as he just overtook Guirassy in that stats. This might be the season he beats his 2 rivals. And boys, we're on the final day of the season, and we actually have a 3-way tie on goals. Nwaneri with 24 and 8, Guirassy with 24 and 3, and Bukayo Saka with 24 and 1. Non-existent assists from him this season, but he is now at an 84 overall, slowly becoming a world-class player. And the final game of the season, redemption time in the Europa League final against Strasbourg. Not only can Saka go ahead and beat his rivals this year, but also redeem himself for missing out on this title 2 seasons ago. But of course, that won't be easy. Strasbourg have shared amongst the goals throughout their entire team, having 2 talents in Krupi and Ameja. Let's see if Saka can do it. To take the lead in this Europa League final, gets rid of the defenders, 1v1 with a finish. It's a beautiful goal. Saka makes it 1-0 early on as he takes the lead as well in goals scored. But that goal woke up Strasbourg as they had an opportunity but failed to score. But then Valentin Barco went ahead and equalized the game. Strasbourg have equalized in the final. However, straight after that goal, Ethan Nwaneri put one away to go ahead and equalize Saka and take the lead for Dortmund. Sadly, in the second half, the Dortmund defense gave away a penalty, but somehow Strasbourg failed to put it away. And after that penalty miss, Saka almost put the game away but failed to score, but had one last chance to do so. Looking to end up this game because at any moment Strasbourg can go ahead and win it. And now it's Bukayo Saka gets rid of the defenders with a shot. It's beautiful solo goal. A little bit selfish, but surely he is the top goal scorer now. And yes, he has done it. He finishes the season as the top goal scorer, beating Nwaneri and Guirassy, his rivals, as they also lift the Europa League trophy. I'm curious, what's next for Bukayo Saka?
Yes, I have beat my teammates, but more importantly, I have improved and won the Europa League. I am almost ready to light it up for Spurs. If I want to leave Germany, I must win the league title here for Dortmund. It won't be easy. Olise has been in their star player.
And Saka is right. Winning the league title won't be easy as Bayern won it this year by 7 points. However, he is also right when it comes to Olise as he had 30 goals and 31 appearances. Of course, as his next challenge is to win the Bundesliga while beating Olise to the title. The new season has begun and Saka is now at an 85 overall. And just take a look at his stats. He is looking absolutely world class, but he needs to get better if he wants to beat Mikel Olise to the Bundesliga title. And of course, return to Tottenham Hotspur to become a legend by winning them the Premier League and the Champions League too. And I think this season he must work on his passing. It's his lowest rating. So we're gonna go for the wide playmaker role once again. And guys, there are only 2 games left in the season as Borussia Dortmund are tied with points with Bayern Munich. This is crazy, man. And of course, to add to the drama, they will be playing each other. Whoever wins this game will most likely win the league title. But like I mentioned before, Mikel Olise is absolutely cooking with 27 goals. However, Saka as well with 24 goals in only 24 appearances. But Olise isn't the only one as Zaragoza, Pavlovic, Marcus Thuram, and here are some other stats from other players that are shining at Bayern. Can Bukayo Saka go ahead and beat his rival, Mikel Olise? And Bayern started off this game quickly as they had a chance, but it was a great save by Kobo. But unfortunately, they would go ahead and take the lead. It's not good defending as Bayern take the lead and overtake Dortmund in the table. However, straight away, Dortmund had a response. Joe Bellingham who finds Guirassy, brilliant ball into Bukayo Saka, cuts back, gives it to Guirassy with a finish, and it goes in. It's 1-1 as Dortmund are back at the top of the table. However, Bayern were not too happy as Olise almost scored a goal to take the lead. Bayern had a second opportunity, but once again failed to score. And then the third attack led to Bayern having a penalty. Is Mark Guéhi gonna go ahead and potentially secure the title for Bayern Munich? He goes to the right and he misses. We get lucky. Saka gets lucky. And you're not gonna believe it. Dortmund went up the other end and it's gonna be a penalty for Saka. And of course, it's King Bukayo Saka to take it. Where he's gonna go? He goes to the right hand side, but it's saved. Saka misses. And sadly, after that missed penalty, Carl went ahead and took the lead for Bayern as Saka had one last chance to save this title race. Bukayo Saka gives it into Julian Brandt. Brandt all the way into Bukayo Saka. First time finish. It's brilliant. 5 minutes left to go. It's 2-2, man. And thanks to Bukayo Saka, this game ends in a 2-2 draw, which means Dortmund still sit at the top of the table and need to make sure to not drop points if they want to win the Bundesliga title. And yes, they did it, but Saka has won the Bundesliga title, which means he has beaten his rival Olise, man. What a season. And what a season it was indeed. 32 goals, 2 assists, his most ever. Now at an 87 overall. I think he might be ready to go back to Tottenham. And in the new season, it has happened. Saka is returning home, back to Tottenham Hotspur. Man, that's weird to say, as of course he has 2 things left to do, and that is to win the Premier League and the Champions League to become Spurs' greatest ever player.
Yes, I am back home. It's time to fulfill my dreams. It's time to become the GOAT here at Tottenham. If I can win them the Premier League and Champions League, I will overtake everyone, no matter who my rivals are.
But of course, first he has to go ahead and win the Premier League title. His rival is actually a former Tottenham player, and that is Troy Parrott, who is playing for Arsenal. He is somehow their highest rated player. Can Saka go ahead and beat Troy Parrott? And Saka has arrived at Tottenham, and I can't lie, this team is looking pretty incredible. I think this team is capable of winning the Premier League, even though they finished in 4th last season. And when it comes to Bukayo Saka stats, things are all looking incredible, but I think I'm gonna go for the inside forward, maximize his shooting to help him win the Premier League and eventually the Champions League. But it's now time for Saka's debut for Tottenham, and it's against Arsenal. What a first game of the season this is going to be. And the game has kicked off, and here comes Bukayo Saka against Arsenal on his Tottenham Hotspur debut. Gets rid of one, gets rid of a second. It's Bukayo Saka with the finesse. It's a brilliant goal. What a way to announce yourself at your favorite club, at your youth club. 1-0 to Spurs. And straight after conceding, Arsenal went up the other end and won a penalty. And sadly, they were able to put it away. But Saka had an opportunity from a corner that he just missed as Arsenal take a 2-1 lead. Right before halftime, Arsenal take the lead, man. And with Tottenham losing this game, somebody had to turn up. Into Saka, the chance to equalize the game in the second half. Cuts to his left foot, finesse shot, and it's brilliant again. Another top corner finish. The game has been drawn. For the first time in this game, it falls into Bukayo Saka, the chance to go ahead and take the lead in this RB shot. Finish. Let's go. A hat-trick on his Tottenham debut. That's the stuff of legends, man. 3-2. Let's go. And the referee blows the whistle. Saka picks up his first ever match ball, I believe so. That's how you announce yourself to the club you want to become a legend at?
London is white. I have arrived here at Spurs and I will become a legend by winning the Premier League, UCL, and who knows, maybe be Tottenham's first ever Ballon d'Or winner.
And what a season Saka has had. 43 goals, 3 assists. That's his best ever year, man. Now out of 90 overall, the question is, did he go ahead and beat Troy Parrott to the Premier League? And yes, Saka has done it, winning the Premier League by 7 points. He's already become a Tottenham legend, but of course, he needs to win the Champions League to become their GOAT. And his final rival is Lamine Yamal, because FC Barcelona won the Champions League last season. And well, look who's in the final. FC Barcelona, man. That is ridiculous. And it seems like Yamal is not the best player according to goals, as Kvaratskhelia has 21, but they have Real Gamal with 19, Pedri with 15, Gabriel Jesus with 12, but Yamal has 11 goals and 24 assists. That's crazy. Brilliant through ball into Bukayo Saka. The chance to take the lead here. Low driven. It's a save by Joel Garcia. So close to taking the lead, man. And now it's Dani Olmo with a brilliant through ball into Fermin, who lays it off into Kavicha. Kvaratskhelia gets rid of Archie Gray with a shot, and it's a beautiful finesse shot. That's Barca. Take the lead, man. What is he gonna do? Gives it into Javi Bernal, who gives it to Fermin Lopez. Looking for the shot away here. Please does not concede. Great save from Costa. Holding up the play. Is anybody gonna help him? It's still Matthias Tell. Looks to give it to Javi Simmons against his own team to equalize the game, and yes, he does. Saka's been awfully quiet, but thankfully, he has teammates. The goal for Tottenham. Fermin Lopez gets rid of Balde. It falls into Kavicha with a finesse. Great save, Costa. Here come Barcelona. Ansu Fati gives it to Gabriel Jesus with a shot. Oh my days. A save. And what a game it has been. It's going to a pen shootout. Tottenham and Saka are pens away from winning their first ever Champions League trophy. And to take the first penalty is Bukayo Saka. He has to set the tone. He goes to the bottom left, and it goes and just hits the post. Ansu Fati to take the first penalty for FC Barcelona. He goes to the right-hand side and he bangs it in, man. But now it's Matthias Tell. You cannot miss this, man. He goes to the top left and it goes in, thankfully. Gabriel Jesus to take the next penalty for FC Barcelona. Where is he gonna go? He goes to the left-hand side. It goes in, man. Dejan Kulusevski, the Swede. Can he go ahead and make it 3-2? He chips it to the bottom right. It goes in. Rio Ngumoa, the Liverpoolian man. Can he go ahead and miss the first penalty of the shootout? He goes down the middle. It goes in. Mikey Moore, born and bred here in Tottenham. He goes to the right-hand side and it bangs it in. 4-3. No penalties missed just yet. Van der Laan, some random youth academy graduate from La Masia, goes to the right-hand side. It's 4-4. Come on. Archie Gray, the CDM, turned right back. Can he make it 5-4 here? And yes, he does, man. And if Leone misses this, or if Diego Costa can get a save, Tottenham will be UCL winners. Here comes Leone. He goes to the middle, and no, come on, sudden death, man. Javi Simmons versus his former team, and he goes to the bottom right. Let's go, man. No penalties missed as of yet. It's all up to Insua to keep Barcelona in this pen shootout. Where is he gonna go? He goes to the down left, bro. Again, scoring the goal. Lucas Bergvall, do not cost your team the Champions League win here. He goes to the bottom right, bangs it in, man. Murillo, the Brazilian center back who used to play for Nottingham. Is he gonna cost Barcelona the Champions League? Top left, and Diego Costa makes a save. Tottenham Hotspur lift the Champions League trophy as Bukayo Saka becomes the greatest Tottenham player of all time. And he even won the Ballon d'Or. And if you guys enjoyed this video, click on the screen to watch me play the entire career of Mikel Olise.